That's my boy. I'm in that spot. That is my lane, and everybody else just got to make way for that, you know?
That's him, but who are you?
Nah, man, I got my own life, you know? People think I'm just sitting back and riding on him, but that's not the case, yo. I got dreams. I got dreams, yo. See, my boy knows, right? There's two ways that I could do this. I could do it a legit way. Or I could do it the crooked way. And I'm really, really, really trying not to do it the crooked way, but Freak can't help me do that.
He can put you on?
Maybe. You got to do what you got to do when you need to do it to get ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Steph Curry and the Warriors next game. I've been looking forward to this for a while now. You know they'll be running and gunning. And Steph's gonna do 2 or 3 things that make you want to stop and stare. But we can't let that distract us. Because if we lose focus for even a second, they'll be up 20. So maybe it's up to me to put on a little show of my own.
The home of the Miami Heat, American Airlines Arena in downtown Miami, Florida. Well, it was the Golden State Warriors winning their last game against the Hawks. And what really made that outcome a surprise was how lopsided it was.
And the deciding factor in that one was their success from the floor. I mean, they just hit big shots time and time again.
Yeah, just the way you want it when you're the road team. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into it.
Now, Golden State's starting 5. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Early on last year, it was clear Steph Curry was just on another level, was an MVP candidate right from the start of the season, and he would eventually be voted that award.
And I thought very deserving. You could see how he elevated his play, and so many of us and so much talk focuses on what he does offensively. But he was ahead of the snake of a terrific defensive group for Golden State a season ago, and that's one reason why he ended up being the MVP.
Warriors have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Plays it up and banks it in.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
That's good.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
Warriors have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Feeds to Green. The pass to Thompson. Green with a screen for Thompson. Back to Green. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Green's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. To the paint, here's Whiteside, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Outside, Green. Inside. Another shot, and it's sent back by Bosch. And they're able to recover, and the shot is good. The Heat trail by 4. Now, Freak. He's coming off a 10-point game against Indiana. Wade passes to Bosch. Here's Chen, and another basket for Miami. Golden State's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Pulls up, high post, and the Warriors tack on 2 more.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
When you can make adjustments to the shot in midair and midstream and still knock it down, you know you're flowing.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
As a matter of fact, a lot of his points came from the stripe. He was feeling it.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Chris Anderson is checked in for Whiteside.
One shot.
Stoudemire comes in for Chris Bosch. Winslow's checked in for Luol Deng. And it's Green in for Dwayne Wade. Free throw off from Chen.
And Maurice Spates last season with the best year of his career. I mean, he shot the cover off the ball and did a nice job on the boards as well.
Barbosa with it, out defended by Freak. 5 to shoot. That's a 2 from Barnes. It's hauled in by the Heat. Greg, you were just talking about Mo Spates. Clark, he has a great mid-range jump shot.
He does, and they actually call him Mo Bucket. But he actually played so well last season, they even threw in Mo VP from time to time.
Here's Barnes. Stoudemire grabs the miss.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the board.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game. That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
41 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here is Livingston, defended by Chen. Bogut with a screen on Stoudemire. Livingston pushes to Bogut.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
The Warriors have missed both of their free throws tonight, 0 for 2 so far. Both good from the line that time. .23 seconds left in the first quarter. Anderson outside. Freak kicks to Anderson. Chen passes to Anderson. They kick it out to Green, and it's going to be a 3-second call. New group in for the Heat. Whiteside's checked in for Anderson. Wash comes in for Amari Stoudemire. Luol Deng is checked in for Winslow. And Freak subbed in for Dwayne Wade. Golden State also making some changes. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Bogut. Thompson comes in for Leandro Barbosa. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. The big men are Bosch and Whiteside. Gerald Green out there with Freak. And it's Deng in at the small forward. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pacers made some terrific plays. He picked up 10 points, and he made them pay over and over from the line. A lot of free throws for him. He really was the second unit for his team in a great performance, guys.
All right, Doris. Well, guys, coming off a performance like that has got to have him supremely confident right now.
No doubt. I guarantee he comes into today's game feeling there isn't anything he can't do on the floor right now.
Tell you what, Greg, I think he might be right based on that last game. I'm inclined to agree with him.
Couldn't run the inbound play any better than right there.
Curry attacking out to Thompson. Shoots. And again, it's the Warriors missing. The Heat trail by 5. Down low, Green. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Iguodala outside. To the middle. Changes up. And Whiteside sends it back. Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely. Green kicks to Freak. Can't get it to go. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Their last encounter was in Oakland.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at him.
And Hassan Whiteside of Miami had the breakout year of all breakout years. Clark, he blew up in the right way last season. Averaged a double-double over 48 games.
Yeah, and great to see for Whiteside because he did have some issues prior to the breakout year. And it's nice to see him find his stride and produce with that awesome talent he has. He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Green with the ball. Guarded now by Barnes. Good ball movement here by Miami.
Inside 2 minutes. Inside.
Here's Green. And that one is hammered home.
And how about the footwork? Check out those moves in the post and then the sweet finish to go along with it.
Excellent work around the basket. You're right, G.A.
Left his man lunging and reaching for air. That was something else right there.
And that one's good, Barnes.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a...
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
And some changes here for the Heat. Stoudemire's checked in for Whiteside. And that concludes the first half. The Warriors up.
Thank you, Kevin. On.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments.
Klay Thompson.
Freaks checked in for the Heat. Warriors leading by 9. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Iguodala and Green are set at the forward spots. Against the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. And it's Bogut in at the 5.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts. Well, you know, last season, Steve Kerr came into a good situation, but a touch awkward. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
Whiteside sets the pick for Wade. 6 to shoot. From deep. Warriors with the rebound. Green's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. And we'll see if that's the answer.
Greg, Steve Kerr did win over the locker room in a hurry last season. They had finished a successful run under Mark Jackson. Winning accelerates everything. They certainly bought into it.
They really did. And people don't often appreciate how difficult it is to come into a situation where expectations are that high. But he also went out of his way to empower his players and really give them some accountability. Didn't try to hide anyone on defense and played to the strengths of his team on the offensive end.
And, of course, the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. Different look here for the Warriors. Andrew Bogut checked in for Spates. Barnes comes in for Draymond Green. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Livingston in for Thompson. Chen in at shooting guard. Stoudemire out there with Chris Anderson. Then it's Winslow, and it's Chalmers in at the 1 spot. That's the group on the floor for Miami.
Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
On the topic of Chris Bosh, I mean, guys, he was a 24-11 player his last season with Toronto, went on to Miami to win rings where his stats dipped a bit with LeBron there. Then last season, his scoring average right back up to 21 a game.
Took him no time at all on that one.
And really, if this had come just a little earlier, they may have been able to get back into the game.
Yeah, I agree with you. They needed this a lot sooner than they got it.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. It's Curry with the drive. Screen by Bogut, doubled by Chen. On its way from Curry for two. Off the left rim and out. Pass to Winslow. Off target at the rim. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
Yes, Kevin, thank you.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Stephen Curry. No matter what they threw at him during the second half, it seemed like he had the answer and was able to find all the shots he wanted. And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.
Yo, Freak, what's up, baby? What's up? What's up? We see you.
Yo. What up?
Basquiat, let's go. Got that art for y'all, that real spit. They call me Basquiat. The Harlem's in my pockets full of fat knots, making all the ladies drop. Painting street corners green, my banknotes the color bill scene. Half man, half amazing. Call me Simi out the demigod. Halo crown with the dollar sign, got a pulpit. A ghetto saint to a grand designs, call me focus. Before the Basquiats, the streets is hopeless. I'm that Harlem's ain't painting pictures, making new kind of skill. Banking up to 12 figures. They call me Basquiat. Pockets full of fat knots, dust till dawn. Your boy makes the street pop. Got it on lock, body don't stop. Make it hot, love it when the bunnies bounce when they on top. Basquiat, I got 107 C's. Making waves till the world knows me. Basquiat, my pocket go deep. I dive in the heights, get up and then creep. I'm on my hustle and grind. I'm all about my money. No time for playing games when the game ain't funny.
Okay, yo, he's nice. What's his name?
Hey, he goes by the name Basquiat, yo. Basquiat puts game down on them bars, yo. I'm telling you. Hey, we record a nice mixtape. Hey, do a nice video. Get some honeys up in there dancing. Hey, we could build a franchise around this, yo. Hey, I want us to do a deal, Freak.
I mean, what you mean by us, Vic?
I mean us, as in you and me and you. Putting some serious Skrilla behind this and... Put me on, man. I'm Basquiat.
What?
You heard me? I'm Basquiat. That's me.
That's you?
Yeah, 100.
Okay, you nice with it. What? Yeah. Wow, okay.
Thanks, man.
Basquiat.
Yo, we don't need no major label to make this happen, man. And in the end, we reap all the benefits. Think about it.
I know what you're thinking. I know as we pass Colonel Young Park, too.
Yo, Coach.
I never had this feeling with any other woman in my life. And she gave me
Tough matchup tonight. We could very well end up facing these guys in the postseason. So it's important to learn what we can and show them we're not about to back down. If we get it done here, it'll give us that much more confidence if we see them again. The stakes are raising every day at this point, so I better man up.
Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's Noche Latina, celebration of Latin culture in the league. It's become an annual... Stoudemire's checked in for Whiteside. Gerald Green comes in for Chris Bosh. And Freak subbed in for Goran Dragic. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Anderson Varejão's checked in for Mozgov. Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. Shumpert is checked in for LeBron. And Mo Williams subbed in for J.R. Smith. On the court for Cleveland, Thompson and Varejão at the 4 and 5. Irving is out there with Williams, and it's Shumpert in at the small forward. The one thing that you can always say about Dwayne Wade is that he is at his best when the game is on the line. He truly lives for the big moments.
He does, and Wade has been in so many of those big moments over the course of his career. 5 trips to the NBA Finals, and he really does thrive under pressure.
1:53 left in the first. Knocked away. And here we go. Fast break. Freak's got it. Looking for Wade. He gets it there. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Really hard to decide, guys, which was better. The pass, the catch, or the slam?
Clark, there's no wrong answer to that one, my friend. Sensational alley-oop all the way around.
Agreed.
And guys, you know what? You wouldn't know that they're the team that's actually trailing with how they were able to pull that play off.
Irving, good.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar. for the rest of the team.
The Heat trail by 7. Freak kicks to Dang. Dang with the screen for Wade. Good ball movement here by Miami. Right wing, and a wide open look for Freak. Buries it from three-point range. Freak's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Thompson sets the pick for Shumpert. Now the dish to Thompson. Now here's Irving. He's covered by Chen. Irving, good.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Unloads from 13. And there's another one for the Heat.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
Here's the screen. Nobody near Williams. Stoudemire grabs the miss.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it. Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their pass. Feeling it, no doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now, shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
Wade for 3 and released it in time, but it's off the mark.
Okay, Miami, now coming onto the court are your...
And a chance to hear from LeBron James as he talked about the challenge of remaining calm and collected.
For me, at a younger age, I was never even killed. We were winning a playoff game when I was young.
Again, just another part of the maturation process for LeBron. He's become such the consummate pro.
Yeah, he really has been. It's amazing.
The group getting ready for Miami. Stoudemire's checked in for Whiteside. Dang comes in for Winslow. Wade, he's checked in for Gerald Green. And Freak subbed in for Goran Dragic. Dang and Vaj, your small and power forwards. D-Wade out there with Freak. And it's Stoudemire in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group in the game for the Heat. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And guys, last season was a painful one for Anderson Varejao. He had finally shaken the back injury that sidelined him the year before, signs the multi-year contract extension with the Cavs. Things were starting to look up. Then only 3 weeks later, he tears the Achilles and was ruled out for the season. You talk about a tough break.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Hornets looked really strong. He finished with 8 points and also got the ball moving around to get his teammates involved as well. He really was the second unit for his team in a great performance, guys.
Thank you, Doris. He was the player they leaned on that night. He didn't disappoint them.
Not at all. Came through in a big way. Whatever they needed from him, he was able to deliver.
Well, I think he actually gave them a little more than what they needed. Terrific all-around effort.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down to 11 on the bucket from Chris Bosh. And adding insult to injury, certainly, Greg, as you were talking about, Varejao played well at the start of last season, shooting 56% from the field. Clark, I think he was over 70% from the line. Those were career highs.
Yeah, and a terrible blow for Varejao and the Cavs because of that injury, the Achilles tendon. But it led to the deal for Mozgov, and that's worked out quite nicely.
And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. Picked by Varejao. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
James checked in for Cleveland.
Well, I tell you, Luol Deng is not exceptional in any one area, but really doesn't have any weaknesses either. I think he's been one of the most complete small forwards over the past decade in the league.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Outside jumper. Takes the three. And Stoudemire pulls it down. And here we go. Fast break. Freak's got it. Here's Wade. Buried from 15 feet out. Wade's got 11.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
3 seconds left. The shot is off. And we've finished one half of it.
Kevin, I'm here with...
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show.
On the court.
And it's Williams in for Irving. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. So on the floor for Cleveland. Filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. Thompson and Varejao at the 4 and 5. And it's Williams at the point. The drive by Green. That's tipped. Now it's Shumpert running. He can go all the way. Look at that.
Just a good, solid, aggressive finish there on the break.
Not going to get much easier than that, Greg. Simple.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Freak kicks to Anderson. Stolen by Thompson. Poked loose. Williams with the ball. He's got 7. Green passes to Chen. Winslow's shot is off.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
There's the pass to Chen. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
The Heat trail by 5. Green dishes to Freak. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Out of bounds. Cleveland takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Chris Bosh is checked in for Chris Anderson. They set the screen. Picked by Varejao. Shumpert gets a wide-open look. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. LeBron's got 6 assists here tonight.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Freak kicks to Green. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Outside Shumpert. There's the 3. And another 3 for Cleveland.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
The defense is just not closing out quick enough.
And the foul on Mo Williams. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest.
And then for Miami, Anderson, he's checked in for Bosh. Freak comes in for Green. And it's Chalmers in for Goran Dragic. Love's checked in for the Cavaliers. Smith comes in for Mo Williams. Chen, he's in at shooting guard. Winslow is out there with Stoudemire. Then there's Chalmers. And it's Anderson in at the center position. It's the group on the floor for Miami.
Well, guys, they came in here and really took charge from the opening tip. This is such a tough thing to do for a visiting team. This contest was played on their terms.
And, you know, that's not the way it usually works in the NBA. It's going to be a great win, and you know it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here for sure.
JRC. That's his 4th personal foul. 5th team foul.
Free throw, good, Anderson.
2.
And both free throws good for Anderson. Cleveland controlling the game. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And Thompson kicks to Smith. That's good.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, not taking any chances, Greg. This is how you close a game out. Textbook.
Shoots from the corner, and Freak gets it to go on the assist by Chalmers.
And one area where they haven't struggled has been transition.
Yeah, I think that may be their ticket out of the hole. Look for even more of those quick hitters.
So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. A resounding...
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, you are in the midst of yet another great season, posting tremendous individual numbers and the team with an outstanding record. Is this the type of season?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James. He found his rhythm in the second half, and there was no stop. And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson.
Yeah, send him in. Cece.
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you again.
My pleasure.
Freak. Great game last night.
That's what I do, right?
Indeed. Have a seat. Pagnotti.
How you doing?
Thought you'd be selling used cars by now.
Funny, comedian. I thought you would have invested in some new clothes, being a team owner and all. I see you still rocking that Goodwill look.
Freak, what are you hanging around with this guy for? You know he's bad company, right?
Got no choice. He helps me pay the bills. Plus, our mother loves him.
Thank you all for coming by on such short notice. So you know why we're here, right?
Not really.
You want to negotiate an extension for Freak, right?
Well, since you mentioned it, your client is quickly becoming a liability for this organization.
We've already put a plan in place that's going to address all your concerns and issues.
Let me finish. Thank you. Myself, the front office, and the coaches are not satisfied with the adjustments you've made in your life off the court. I personally warned you about the company you keep, and we're fed up with the late nights and showing up late to shoot-arounds and the bad press and the incident at the nightclub. I told you Vic was going to be your downfall, and I was right. Something has to change now, or we're not going to need your services any longer.
If this is about that Twitter stuff, Vic was playing. Okay, it was a joke.
It's not about that. It's everything.
Like I told you before, Vic is my best friend. I can't just cut him off. He's practically family.
Not really.
What exactly are you trying to say?
I'm not trying to say anything, Dom. I'm saying it. Freak and his friend Vic are a problem for me and this organization. And I called you in here to figure out how we all together can fix this problem. And right now, I'm only seeing one solution.
I agree that Freak may need to make some adjustments in his personal life off the court, but that's a learning process. We both know that. But this almost sounds like a threat. And Dom Pagnotti doesn't take too kindly to threats. Is this a threat?
Call it what you will.
We all know that Vic is a problem. The only person who doesn't seem to realize that is my brother. I'm sorry, bro, but enough is enough.
I don't have a problem with what you're saying. I have a problem with how you're saying it. Now, I know we can come to some understanding without all the ultimatums or threats.
Can we all come to a understanding, a compromise?
No, no more compromises. I already warned Freak. I told you. Don't be a hero. Cut that zero. It's cut Vic loose, or we trade Freak. It's that simple.
Fine, we'll go sign with another team.
Good luck with that, Pagnotti. Because of Vic, Freak's reputation precedes him.
No, because of Freak's God-given talent, his reputation precedes him.
Everybody's been talking. Dom, you know how this works. This is not about you and me and our history. This is about your client. Help him.
You talking as if I'm invisible. You talking around me, about me, but not to me. Vic has always had my back. And I've given this team everything I got. I practice hard. I play hard. Yeah, some nights I got it, some nights I don't. Some days I might even show up a little late to shoot-arounds. But every time I'm on that court, I've always given my best. And I see how it is, though. I mean, us players got to be loyal to you, but you don't have to be loyal to us players. Try to give me some father and son talk, talking about how you love your players and how you look up for them. Come on, man. You trying to cut me off like you cut off Izzy. Don't you have people loyal to you no matter what? People you can't cut off? Well, that's me and Vic. Vic and me. Y'all insist, really. They could tell me stop hanging with Vic. What makes you think they won't tell me stop talking to you? You remember in 7th grade, some guys were trying to jump me over some girl. Vic was the one to get some friends just to walk me home. And when they came, we went at it, but I wasn't alone. When I got my scholarship, it was Vic who put the word on the streets that nobody should mess with me because I had a future. Vic was protecting me. And sir, I know Vic is crazy. But before all the hype and the lights, media, fans, it was just me and Vic. He's always been there. I mean, if y'all don't like that, I don't know what to say.
It hurts me to say this, but I see his point.
Yvette, please.
Cece.
Yvette.
Where's Dom?
I had him call you.
Why?
I'm gonna cut right to the chase. My brother is deeply in love with you. And I'm ready to put our differences aside if you are.
Really?
On a string.
I'm with it.
Team Freak.
Team Freak.
All right, so if you're gonna be down with the team, I gotta show you the dap.
Oh, the dap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, like this.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, shoot,
swish. Swish.
Yeah. Again.
Like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay. 1, 2, 3, swish.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like that.
Cool, right?
Yeah.
This is it. The last game of my rookie season. Kinda hard to believe. These 82 games have gone by in a blur. I know we're on the outside looking in when it comes to playoffs, but that doesn't mean I can't go out and give it everything I have one last time. So here goes nothing.
On the road, looking for a win against an Eastern Conference rival, the Miami Heat are ready to get this thing started. It's Wednesday Night Basketball, live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. The Heat leading by 4. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. The drive by Green, stolen by Thomas. Outside Bradley. And Johnson now top of the key. Thomas kicks to Lee. It's stolen by Stoudemire. Thomas against Green. Here's Chen. And Boston with the rebound. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, but they didn't roll over in that game. Had a good chance still to pull out the victory. Just couldn't come through in crunch time.
Greg, I thought it was a solid effort from them all the way around. I mean, but as you and I know, moral victories are kind of empty consolation prizes. A loss is a loss.
And for Gerald Green, another productive year last season coming off the bench. Though it was a smaller role, a small step back from the season before, when he started over half the games for the Suns.
Well, there was a log jam in Phoenix at the wing position last season. He certainly matured, though, as he never complained about not starting, just went out and did his job.
And Thomas, here we go. That's good. Thomas got 7 points. Well, it was Miami winning their last game against the Pistons at the Palace of Auburn Hills.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
They set the pick. Johnson the screen. Shoots the 3. That's good from Thomas on the assist by Turner. That's 10 points for Isaiah Thomas.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg. And when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
That one goes. Count it.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Johnson the screen. Thomas dishes to Johnson. And it's Lee penetrating. Kicks it out to Bradley. Picked by Lee. Here's Thomas. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Thomas got 12 points in the game. Inside. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The Heat shooting their first free throws of the game.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Olynyk. Johnson comes in for Lee. Jay Crowder's checked in for Perry Jones. And Thomas subbed in for Avery Bradley. And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. The big men are Bosch and Whiteside. Wade and Dang are the 2 and 3. And it's Chen in at the 1 spot. To the inside. Johnson, that's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Johnson's got his first points of the night.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burdick. Doris, what do you have?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pistons was a big factor. He had 9 points, and he also was creating for others by getting the ball in a position to score it. Overall, just an incredible bonus for his team as he made a big impact coming off the bench.
Good job as always, Doris. Thank you, guys. What was your take on his performance?
Well, Kevin, I really felt like he left it all out on the floor. I'll say this. It was a great, hard-charging effort.
Guys, when he's on, nobody's more fun to watch. And he was definitely on in that game.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Heat.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Shot clock at 6. Outside Turner.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Zeller, a screen on deck. Crowder, the pass to Zeller. Shot clock at 6. Wide open. And the shot's good from Crowder. Crowder's got 4 this quarter. The Heat leading by 4. Well, last year, Tyler Zeller both started and came off the bench, showed he could be an effective player even when playing heavy minutes.
Yeah, if you look at the games that he played as a starter, he increased his usage, and it didn't bother his production at all.
Here's Wade. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Wade's got the lead up to 6 now for Miami. Boston's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Johnson gets to Turner. Johnson the screen. Thomas gets a wide open look. Again, Thomas missing.
And for Zeller last season, his numbers were the same or better as a starter. His scoring picked up a touch. Still had a great field goal percentage too, so really solid production in his first couple of years.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
The Celtics shooting only 31%. Their offense really struggling to put possessions together. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got it.
And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close.
Kevin, I've got...
Here we go, Boston.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third.
Looking at the game.
New group in for the Celtics. Olynyk, he's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Lee comes in for Sullinger. Perry Jones, he's checked in for Crowder. And Turner's subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. And then for Miami, Anderson, he's checked in for Whiteside. Winslow comes in for Luol Deng. And Freak subbed in for Goran Dragic. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Bradley is out there with Turner. Then it's Jones. Then it's David Lee. And it's Olynyk in at the center filling out the middle. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Olynyk sets a screen for Turner. Shot off the pick. That one rolling around and rims out.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Bradley against Anderson. Bradley dishes to Turner. Lets it go from deep. Boston, no good that time either.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Shoots. And it's Freak missing. Boston leading by 5. Outside Turner. The feed to Olynyk. And the layup's good off the glass.
You don't need much range to hit from that distance, Kevin.
Heat shooting 47%, pretty solid. Bosch passes to Chen. Here's Anderson, puts up the baby hook. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Boy, Chris Anderson, certainly one of the more colorful players we have in the league. Kind of took over where Dennis Rodman left off. A high-energy forward who can rebound and defend, and he's got a tattoo parlor going on, too.
A different look for Miami. Celtics with the lead. And talking about Chris Anderson, he was actually out of the league for a couple years, reinstated back in 2008. And apparently the time off helped. He finished second in the league in blocked shots going back to that season.
And Kevin, the thing I remember most about Chris Anderson, the 2005 NBA Slam Dunk Contest. He unsuccessfully tried the same dunk 8 times. Count them, 8.
And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. Dang and Bosh, your small and power forwards. Freak is out there with Dragic, and it's Whiteside in at the 5. Here's Chen. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Screen by Lee. Bradley kicks to Thomas. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. Here's Freak. Dang dishes to Whiteside. It's stolen by Bradley. And now we've got the intentional foul. And the Celtics making a change here. Zeller's checked in. To the paint. Celtics passing it around. And now they decide to foul intentionally. First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Looking at the game for Crowder, he has 8 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
You know what? He's been a difference maker defensively today, Clark. He's disrupted more plays than the stat sheet will show. Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. Amir Johnson's checked in for David Lee. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, showing off a really smooth stroke there, and that will add to their lead.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Whiteside. Count it! And now they trail by just 4.
Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter on that possession.
And Greg, without a hand in his face, he's simply going to spray whoever's there.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
Lee's checked in for Boston. And he does get the second one. And that puts them up by 5. Chen passes to Bosh. To the inside. It's stolen by Bradley. And now it's Bradley running. He can go all the way. Finished off the break. Bradley's got the lead up to 7 now for the Celtics.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
And so it's the Boston Celtics with the W. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, and they got pushed down the street.
The 2K Sports postgame show.